Welcome to a little instruction video of the climbing stage, as we call it, Vertical Orienteering in Montane Kong Vinter. The fighter distance will face the stage, but they will have an instructor that will help them from start to finish. You need to get this harness on your body, and it's like putting on a couple of trousers, one leg in each loop. Then pull it above your hip, and then you take one hand, open the buckle, and the other one you pull in. You can also let your teammates help you. This one you can attach behind, and then you also want to tighten the leg loops a little bit so they are nice and snug on your body. And you test this to pull down and see that it's not going lower your hip. The challenge has to manage the skills by themselves. First, they will run to an instructor that will test that they manage the skills, and if they master it, they will run into the forest and do the checkpoints they have to do. They will get handed out 2 climbing harnesses, a carabiner, and a belay device. At all the vertical orienteering checkpoint, you will have a flag at the bottom of the tree so you can locate the tree. And then you will have another flag at the top with a punch. So that's the one you're gonna go up and punch in your punch card. At this one, it's a top rope. So one person is gonna climb and the other one is gonna belay. So first we want to tie in the climber. And how we do it is we're gonna tie a figure of 8 on the rope, like this. It looks like an 8. Then I'm gonna take the figure of 8, thread through the harness, and then I basically are following the 8. Like this. This loop we want as small as possible, and this extension or end of the rope has to be at least 1 hand length. And it looks like a double 8 now. So now my partner is tied into the rope. Then I'm gonna take the other end of the rope, look that it's a smooth line up to the top and a smooth line going back to me. Then I'm gonna take my carabiner and belay device, clip it into my harness, and then I'm gonna take the rope and put it through my belay device and clip it into my carabiner like this. And at the end of the day, I lock the carabiner and make sure it's locked. So now I have threaded the rope through my carabiner and belay device. Before we climb, we're gonna make a double body check. So I'm gonna test that my partner's harness is not going lower on the hip. She have tied in with a figure of 8 and is connected. Then she's gonna test me that the harness is sitting, that my carabiner is locked, and that I've threaded the rope through the belay device and carabiner. And now I can start to belay her up. Yeah, climb on. So I take one hand above, pull the rope through, lower, swap the hands and get the hand up. And again, up, down, put the hand and slide the hand up. And this motion I will do all the way up. Up, down, hand in, hand up. I will never ever lose the grip of the rope below the belay device. She's getting near the checkpoint. Yeah. I hold her tight and we have a good communication. Yeah.
I will climb down again.
She can either be climbed down or lower down. So I take her tight and you can come down.
Climb or you
Lower.
Yep.
So she sits back in the harness and then she basically follows the rope down while I'm lowering. So I'm just sliding the hand through the carabiner here, slowly and steady. Good job. Then after, I take the carabiner out. And then I always put all the gear in my gear loop so I don't lose it in the forest. And she can as well tie out. And the rope can hang for the next team and we can run to the next vertical orienteering checkpoint. In addition to the skills that the challenge has to do, the master also has to do ascending, and they will get additional gear. They will of course get the 2 harnesses, carabiner and a belay device. On top of that, they will get a foot loop for the ascending. They will get additional 2 carabiners, so a total of 3, a center handle and a grigri. You will get all of it connected to each other and you will hand it back attached to each other, and at any point you have to carry this and not drag it in the forest. So all of it will be connected and you deliver it back connected. Again, for the ascending, you will have a flag at the ground to locate without a punch, and then you will have a flag at the top of the tree with a punch that you have to get up and punch in your punch card. To put on the gear on your rope, we have 1 rope on the tree and 1 rope that you're gonna climb. First, you can take your ascender and you attach it to the rope with the handle and you take it off the same way like this. Then you have your foot loop that is a daisy chain, so you can adjust the length of your leg and your size. You can put that one into the carabiner, and then I have a leg loop. Then I take another carabiner. The oval is a good choice for this one, and then you put it on top here and it's locking above the rope. Then you take your grigri, and on the side you can see where is the climber. The climber is pointing up, and where is the hand? The hand is pointing down. So I take the climbing rope for the climber and the extra rope for the person here. So the climber and the hand. Then I take that, attach into my harness, lock the carabiner and make it tight and test, okay, it's put. Then I take the extra rope for a little bit faster transition and put it up on top, and of course lock that carabiner as well. Then I want to make this setup easy and snug, that it's not twisted or anything, a little top tip. Then I can take my foot into a foot loop, and it's made for froggy style, so you can do both loops, both legs as well. And then it's a simple motion. pull up the ascender, step into the foot loop, and then at the same time you pull in the rope. Again, up and pull in the rope. Up and pull in the rope. Up, pull in the rope. Up and pull in the rope. When you come a little bit around up the ground, you will make a backup knot. You take the rope and you make either an overhand or a figure of 8, like this, and you go further. I punch the CP, so at the checkpoint I take off my ascender afterwards. So unlock this guy. Take the ascender off. So you pull the handle down while you push up the ascender a little bit, and then you can take it off. I like to put the foot loop in so the string is not that long and uncontrollable. Put it in my harness. I pull the rope over on the edge so it gives a bit more friction, and then I slowly open the grigri and slowly sliding down. I get to my backup knot, untie it, and go further down.